All right, guys, welcome everyone to Home of the NY Warriors, the CBCS Hot List by Eric Norton. I got my fellow NY Warriors with me. Let's just start that intro. Oh, yo, pop into the beat, man. Guys, welcome. If you're new to the channel, this is Home of the NY Warriors. Right now, you're watching the CBCS Hot List by my man, Eric Norton. And I'm going to go down the line and introduce my fellow NY Warriors. I'm going to start with my man, Joker, in the house. What's up, Joker?
Yo, what's up? What's going on? It's been like a minute we haven't done this, man. Am I mistaken or I don't know? But
no, you know what? Because you wasn't on the
I missed out
one.
last week.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know?
I took a day off.
You took a break, took a little vacation. You took a day off.
I took a day off.
Yeah. Vacation
time off, you know. All right, and then next we got, he's no stranger to the channel, guys. Been a long time friend of ours, honorary NY Warrior. My man got the right shirt on. We got my man King of the Golden State in the house. What's up, brother?
What's shaking, everybody? I'm here. Thank you once again for being on the show. Let's go. Let's see what's going on this top list here.
That's right. Yo, before we get started, though, guys, both of my guys, we collab. James, Joker, they have their own channels. Joker runs the East Meets West show that they do every Sunday live, and he has other CBSI themed shows that he does throughout the week. Mm-hmm. My man King of the Gold State, also, he's the king of the halls, man, best hunter in the game. So if you guys want to see top-notch comics and just weekly hauls, man, this is the guy down here that you want to see for that. You know what I mean? So remember, their links for their channels are in the description below, guys. So check them out. If you sub to me, you should be sub to them. So without further ado, let's get into the list. This week's list, my man Eric put together, is a list of books that I kind of, a little different, in my opinion, what I think, So like I always say, if you guys want to read along the article that Eric wrote, the article is going to be directly linked below, so you can go along with us as we go through the list. And remember, this week, last week he started in order from top to, from number 1 to number 5, meaning top sales for the first one, like that and so forth. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna start with the first book here, man. So bam. So we have here Magic Order, number 1 from June of 2018 from Image Comics. And the reason that this is on the hot list is because the Netflix show is back in production. That means they had started the production and then they had paused it. I'm assuming because of COVID and the pandemic, but now that the shows back in production, they started getting on people's radar, so the book is hot again. So let me just read you a quick little synopsis of part of the article that Eric wrote. He says, Magic the Order number 1 tops the CBCS Hot List this week with a massive sales increase of nearly 1,900%. Written by Mark Millar and illustrated by Oliver Coipel, this tale of magicians protecting humanity from otherworldly enemies screams make a Netflix show. So I'm gonna go down the line and see what my fellow NY Warriors have to say about this book. I'm gonna start with my man Joker. Joker, what do you think about the Magic the Order?
Yo, shout out to CBCS, man. Finally, I see this book on the list. Finally, this book was spec'd on when it dropped back in 2018. Automatically with the Mark Millar world stuff going on, you see what happened with Jupiter Legacy. You know what I mean? That's getting hot. So this is, this was bound to happen too. We're gonna see this in a Netflix show. Definitely. And by the way, the number ones have a few of those nice covers. They have nice covers for issue number 1.
There's a few variants. Yeah.
There's one particular I really like is a Tyler Kirkham cover, and that cover is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Look it up, man. If you haven't. And yeah, man, this is something that I was on from day one. Yep,
definitely, man. And James, what do you think about Magic? Magic Order. What's up?
It's not only spec'd on, but the back cover actually says Netflix in big red words. Mm-hmm. So it just says it right out there. So it's telling you it's going to be picked up on Netflix already the second this thing was made. But yeah, it's still a dollar bin pickup. You can still find this. I literally found one, and for every home run I hit, sometimes I swing and miss and put some books back. That was one of the books I put back, and that's my fault. I need to go back tomorrow or Wednesday, and just see when it if it's still there. So it still can be had. That, and also there's an Adam Hughes variant as well. So something to keep an eye out on. So
Yeah, let me tell you something. This guy right there, he should change his name to King of the Dollar Bin Pickups. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move it on to the number 2 book on Eric's list, and we got here Hit Monkey #1 from April. Sorry for a little typo there, but April 2010. It's a Marvel book, and it's the first appearance. This is the first appearance of Hit Monkey. So he wrote something. His article is really that people should be aware of, which because it gets. I'll just read it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So it says, leave it to Marvel to make a one-shot about a hit monkey. Sales of this book jumped over 1,300% this week as Jordan Bloom, that Hit Monkey show, is in production. Despite the confusion, this book is indeed the origin and first appearance of the character, which sometimes is mixed up with Deadpool issue number 19. So yeah, I've heard that before. That I remember seeing on a post on IG. I can't recall who it was that said Deadpool 19 was the first appearance, but it's confirmed that this is really the origin. I think this predates that book. Right. So Mike, what do you think about the Hit Monkey #1, man? Was this even in your radar?
A couple years ago, this was on everybody's radar. This was talked about a few years ago. But mainly back then it was just the Deadpool issue getting picked up with Spider-Man and Deadpool on the cover. Yeah. But I if I'm not mistaken, isn't there a second printing to this? I think there's a second printing to this.
Like a sketch variant.
Yeah. So I would say this is a good book to get, man. If you're into those Deadpool world specking for Hit Monkey. Man, he's on the cover and this is origin. So first appearance. Shout out to you. It was a one shot too with that.
Yeah. It's a dope looking cover, man. And James, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I remember back when this thing first became like a big thing, and people were going crazy just looking for this book. And when they did, it was a high price book, and then for a while it just tapered off. Mm-hmm. But now it's picking back up. So if you could find one, because I thought before it wouldn't have staying power, but the fact that it's starting to come back around is proving me wrong.
Yeah, one shots are not too many picked up by people. So a lot, there's a lot of people in the hobby that don't really like one shots. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with one shots because you're one and done. You know what I'm saying? There's no commitment to it. You just pick it up and that's it.
Yeah, but what James is saying too, I agree with him. Like some of these books, they get like this book in particular. A couple years ago was hot, now it cooled off, and now it's bright. Like this happens a lot when it comes to comic books. You see books get hot and cold. So this one right here is an example of that.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme now because look at books that came out pre-pandemic, right? But right before the pandemic, they're working on, and if those things were stopped in production because of the pandemic, and you haven't heard from them in the last year and a half, those are books that you may want to look up now because you can see now things are starting to pick up, things are starting to open up again. So now those books that were hot, they cooled down over the last year and a half, are starting to pick back up again. This is a perfect example of one. So that may be a strategy of hunting strategy.
Smart. This is a smart strategy. I like that.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go with issue number 3. I know you're a fan of this one, Mike. So right here, American Chavez, made in USA #3. This is the Marvel Comics, guys, and this is the first appearance of Catalina Chavez. So let me just read you a little bit about Eric wrote in his article. He says another Marvel book here on the number 3 spot, and this time it seems to be just pure comic book goodness. Sales of America Chavez, made in the USA #3, also jumped over 1,300%, like Hit Monkey above it. Readers will find Catalina Chavez's first appearance in this book, who has cameos in book 1 and book 2 of the series. So, Mike, take it away, man. What do you think about America Chavez, man? Issue number 3.
That's one of my characters that I really like to spec on is America Chavez, Kamala Khan, Miles, the future basically of Marvel. Yeah. But this book in particular, man, we've been on. If you watch East Meets West, we do the CBCS Friday FOC, and me and Josh been talking about this pre-orders before even issue 1 came out, because everybody thought issue 1 or 2 was going to be the first appearance of the sister, but it turns out to be this book. And I think there's a variant. I think me and James was talking about this a couple days ago.
Betsy Cola variant.
Yeah. So that's one to look out for too on this one. But yeah, we saw this coming. We just wasn't sure which issue it was, and now we got it.
It's only 3 issues in, so you might as well buy 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
James, what are your thoughts on this issue right here?
I mean, the book is an obtainable book right now. I mean, you can find it in every other shop. It's not completely sold out. I was still able to find 5 copies, but the thing is one at every other shop. But the Betsy Cola variant, like I said, is a really cool looking cover. And this cover itself, the cover A is a good one as well.
Very good cover.
This feels very similar to like when Miles Morales' sister was a thing, Billy Morales, and it was around a $20 book. And this is kind of getting to somewhere between like a $15, $20 book. I think it might hover until they do something major with her. If you could find one and put it aside. You probably shouldn't flip it yet.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought up the whole Miles Morales stuff. It also reminds me of All New Wolverine issue number 3, I believe, or number 2 or 3.
Like 2 or 3.
When it's the first appearance of Gabby, which is X-23, aka Wolverine, aka Laura. It's her little sister's appearance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So siblings, siblings are good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So all right. So we're gonna move along to number 4 in the list. And we have Bitter Root number 1 from November of 2018. This is from Image Comics, guys. And the reason this is hot this week is because Regina King is the director, of the movie or show. I'm not sure if it's a show or a movie, but it's also produced by Ryan Coogler. You guys know Ryan Coogler produced Black Panther. What else he produced?
Fruitvale Station.
Yeah,
he directed and produced.
Yeah, he directed. Yeah, also that the Rocky movie with
Creed.
Creed, yeah, he directed the first Creed. You know what I mean? And so let me just read to you a little bit of what Eric wrote about this book. He said, "I'm excited to see Bitter Root number 1 here in the number 4 spot. After discussing this book on last week's episode of CBCS Live with Jack DeMeo, that's Mr. Bolo, guys. If you don't know, they do their own show on the Beckett Live channel, guys, every 2 weeks." He says, I'm stoked to see it jump over 1,000% in sales. Clearly, this wasn't due to Jack or me, rather the announcement that this wonderful series will be brought to a screen near you, with Regina King set to direct and Ryan Coogler to produce. This monster, hunting epic feels like it can't miss. And also, guys, I think this is under the production of Michael B. Jordan's production company as well. So that that kind of ties him to the project. Also, it's Black written, Black directed, Black characters. It's a home run in my opinion. So, Mike, what do you think about this one?
This one, unfortunately, I missed out when it came out, when it first came out. But this one, from the beginning, people was already talking about this book. People were talking about how good it was. This had potential and stuff like that. And shout out to the Bitter Root Man books, because they came out with those dope ass covers, those variants. They did a nice Purple Rain cover of Bitter Root. So man, it was from day one. It was bound to come out and be a big book, and we knew. Well, I knew at least that this is gonna come out and do something. So
yeah. And James, what are your thoughts on Bitter Root?
Yeah, I almost fell asleep on this one, but I did end up getting the Mike Mignola variant on this, but it's like I totally whiffed on the original cover, but I was able to get number 1, so that's great. It's just they have a lot of great variants about this entire series, like by Chavez, Ben Oliver, and and a lot like Mike was saying, there's a lot of movies poster swipes.
Yes,
and one of them is Do the Right Thing is a popular variant. That's the one that that's one to look for. But yeah, I mean, if you could find a number 1, find it in out. Despite I would send it CBCS, get a slab, man, and see. Just get put it aside for now. See what happens.
Yeah. That's right, baby. The clear choice.
The clear choice.
That's right.
That's what they tell me.
So you know what? We reached to the last book on the list. Dope ass list this week. I got to give a shout out to Eric for putting together a nice article. But before we get to that last book, I just want to show you guys a few discounts that we're gonna bring to you. So right now, CBCS is doing their May special with the promo code Best Value. You get 5% off, and that includes all tiers, 5% off for this month. And then also, guys, remember, my man Erod, he does our pressing for the NY Warriors Express comic book pressing service. You get 10% off using the code Warriors10. You can DM him on Instagram at Erod212, or you can email him at expresscbp@yahoo.com. Then you also have Angie, which is my local LCS that I use now. Discount code NY Warriors to get 10% off your first order. You can also use EMW10 for East meets West, or you can use Thoro 10. Each one-off codes, guys. So if you have not shopped with them, now's the chance, to get 10% off. And last but not least, guys, the geekyswagshop.com. You can get your NY Warrior t-shirts there. You can get statues there. Prime One Studio statues, all types, DC Direct. All of them are there. 10% off. NY Warriors. It's a recurring code, so you keep using them, guys. And we reached the last book right here, so let me just get right into it. So we have here, we have Captain America number 353 from April of 1989 by Marvel Comics. First appearance of Phantasm Soviet soldiers. So let me just read you what Eric wrote on his article. He says David Harbour sent everyone digging through their back issues to find copies of Captain America 352 last week when he teased on his Instagram followers with a nod to the Winter Guard. Said tease has yet to be confirmed, but we all know even the slightest bit of speculation can push sales of a book. He teased this happening to the tease that he did happen to this book sent it over 800% sales, this week. So, as Black Widow gets closer, people gonna keep specking on stuff. And what are your thoughts on this one, Mike? What do you think about this book right here?
Yo, I know I have this book. This is it was the first appearance in it, so now I know.
Yeah, it's not even listed. It's not even listed on the labels or anything like that as a first appearance.
Yeah. So yeah, listen, man. Hey, like Big said, man. With Black Widow coming out, definitely a nice book to be, to have in your collection. If you're into the whole spec and Marvel stuff. So yeah, man. That cover doesn't do it for me, really, honestly.
yeah, definitely like $1 book. James, what are your thoughts on this one?
Man, comic books, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I never thought I'd wake up thinking that I might have to go look for this. Because I had to check my own collection to see, do I have this? I've never even seen this. And I'm like, all right, it's a Soviet thing. Of course, it has with the Black Widow stuff going on, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is one of those things where I think it's going to hang around for a minute until the movie comes around. Yeah, sure. Why not?
The Marvel fans, they, you saw what happened in WandaVision, what happened with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Just anything Marvel right now, the market is crazy. You know what I mean? But, I just want to add something that may be something to look out for. If not, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. It's still a great book. Incredible Hulk issue number 250, guys. That's the first appearance of the Soviet soldier. That individual the Soviet soldier himself.
It's a good one.
Great book, man. Great book. It's the cover with the Incredible Hulk and Silver Surfer on the cover. You guys may have seen that. I own a 9.4 CBCS slab of that one.
Cover.
So shout out to CBCS. Yeah, great cover, great book. Maybe something to spec on. Either case, it's still a great book and it's very affordable right now. So so that's it. That's the list, guys.
Yeah.
Another week has gone by. Remember, my guys, Joker, M21, East Meets West, runs his show every Sunday, and he does. You could tell him what would you do on Wednesday and Thursdays?
Thursdays we do our new comic day review, and we do also cover fire for Mike Morello on CBSI. And then on Friday we do CBSI's Friday FOC with East Meets West. Josh Graff from East Meets West does a list for them, and we just talk about it, make a video, and the list is on their website. So after that, so definitely dope thing to do. Pre-order your books, man. That's all we do, in that show.
And James, let them know when they can expect the next whole video from you, brother.
Oh, they can expect the next whole video right now. I just put a video out recently, and
dope.
Yeah, it's up now, so feel free to check it out and tell me what you think.
Yeah, the link is there, guys. The link is there. So that's it. And shout out to my man Thoro and Manny. They couldn't make it on this one, but also keep it Thoro Comics, guys. He does the chop up, does the indie spotlight on Tuesday nights, and his auctions are on Sunday night, guys. So that's it, guys. Until next time. Peace.
Later.